Hey guys, welcome to Chocolate Sweets. Thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, your support is highly appreciated. Yeah, I'm just gonna vlog with you guys for a little while. I'm sure, as you can tell from the title, this is in reference to what's going on in Ferguson. And I've been chit-chatting with people, and this is one of these things that you're gonna agree to disagree about, but I will say this, and this is what my husband and I do, with our boys. We have 4 teenage boys. I have an 18-year-old that's at A&T University, and then I have my youngest will be 13, and then I have 14 and 15. Yeah, we were busy, but nonetheless, me and my husband was talking last night, and we were, just talking about how it's a shame that we have to now talk to our young men about girls, safe sex, protecting themselves, and the police. How to handle themselves if they ever come encounter with the police. And I'm not saying that all police are bad, but however, the bad cops, make it bad for the good cops, because there are some good cops. I have policemen in my family. I have cousins who are police officers who go above and beyond the call of duty. However, I still have to talk to my sons about how to handle policemen, and it's like, for example, my husband and I, we both have luxury cars, but my car is more of a sports car, and I have rims on my car, and my husband's car does not. But before he got his car, he would drive my car, and he would get stopped every time, and they would run my tags. Of course, they wouldn't find anything, but it was just a profiling that they would do, and I had to literally write a letter and ask them, why was the police officer in these areas always stopping my car? But to cut a long story short, I had to really get with them and ask them, if they stop my car one more time and for no reason at all, and it's my car, why can't my husband drive my car? So now that I have a new car, I don't even want to give that car to my teenage sons. I own my car. And I'm almost afraid if I give my car to my kids, to my boys to drive, they'll be profiled. Young black man in a Mercedes CLK with 22 rims on it. They're going to be profiled in that car all the time. So I don't even know if I want to give them that car, because they're not going to understand why they're constantly being stopped, and then they're going to want to search the car without a warrant, knowing they're not going to find anything. It's these type of things that, going on in Ferguson. However, yes, Mike Brown supposedly was on video caught stealing cigars and roughing up, other man, but that did not warrant him losing his life. I don't think it's a racial thing, because it's happening to white people, Hispanic people. I think it's more so of police officers abusing their authority that they have. You understand what I'm saying? I think it's more so of them thinking they have the right to do what they want, when they want, to who they want to do it, and when they feel like it. And until there are some consequences for their actions, we're going to constantly get this. In the last 5 years, there's been 25, 30 deaths, unnecessary deaths on young black men. We hear Trayvon Martin, we hear Sean Bell, we hear Mike Brown, but I'm going to try to insert a picture of all the young men that's been killed by police officers. And because they're all white, all the police officers are white, and all the victims, or all the guys that are being killed, are black, it makes it seem like it's a racial thing. But it's so many. I mean, they're killing, you know, like the young man that had Down syndrome. He was in his 50s, and they circled him like he was in a bull ring, and 16 police officers opened fire on one man with Down syndrome. I mean, and they weren't acquitted or wasn't brought to trial or anything, saying he was aggressive. I mean, it's this type of stuff, and they don't think twice about what they do because they're going to get away with it. There's no consequences. So, you know, so now, you know, it's supposed to be police officers. It's supposed to wear cameras and stuff like that. So we're going to see if this is going to help. But I'm telling you guys, I don't believe by far, I do not believe by far this is going to be the end. It was Trayvon Martin 3 years ago. It's gonna be, and it was Mike Brown, you know, in August, and this now. It's gonna be somebody else next year. 6 months from now, it's gonna be somebody else. And until there is, you know, they don't care about civil suits. You know, Sean Bell's wife sued the city of New York for millions and got it, but it still didn't stop them from continuing to do what they do. So, I mean, we just have to, as well, guys, also take accountability of, I'm not saying that our kids shouldn't have a style or our kids should have to change the way they look, but yes, they do have to change the way they look if they don't want to be profiled. I do not allow my kids to buy clothes that do not fit. Whether I buy them or my husband buy them or they earn their own money and they buy them. They will not buy clothes that do not fit. There will be no sagging. You will wear a belt. You know, you will comb your head. You know, and I know everybody is doing the natural thing, and even the boys. My 14-year-old is growing his afro out, but his afro is neat. It is not just whatever. It is edged up and it is neat. So if he wants to be natural, he has to comb and pick his hair or keep his hair cut and keep it neat. So we have to be, we can't just walk around and then, you know, we're doing exactly as black people what they knew we was going to do all along. They knew that they've been had a decision a long time ago. They knew they was not going to indict Darren Wilson for shooting Michael Brown. They knew this the entire time. They just had to figure out how they were going to tell the citizens of Ferguson that they weren't going to do it. They just had to figure out how to do it. They knew that them fools down there was going to act like fools, because now your dummies done burned up your auto parts store, you done burned up your strip mall, and you done burned up everything, your jobs. You know, those that want to work, now they don't have a job. You done burned up with your grocery store, so where you supposed to get your food from? You done vandalized the Walgreens, where you supposed to get your medication from? It's stupid stuff like that we give people to say, see, I told you. I told you. And then we wonder why. Then we wonder why we get treated the way we get treated. I'm not saying that is right, but we as black people have to make some changes and be held accountable. We only want to be in an uproar when there's a black person being killed by a white person. Why aren't we in this same uproar when we out there killing ourselves? So we have to make some changes. And you know, I got all type of emails and tagging all kinds of pictures to not shop on Thursday and Friday for Black Friday. To do what? To prove what? They down there burning up their own city to prove what point? You know, you watch them on videos, they posting on YouTube talking about burn this bee down. We gonna burn this bee down. Okay, you gonna burn your house down. Where you gonna live? Where you gonna live tomorrow? In the morning when it's all over, where you gonna live? That make any sense? That don't make any sense. It just don't make any sense. But, you know, we still have to talk to our young black men and our young black girls. you know, and let them know there are ways to do stuff and ways to handle things, you know. I don't want to make this video too long because it's already 10 minutes, but, you know, we just got to start doing a whole lot better than what we're doing. We knew what this outcome was going to be all along. We just sat around on our hands waiting for the verdict. And I'm going to be honest with you. That attorney that Michael Brown's parents got, they need to get rid of him. They need to get rid of him. That man is just looking for popularity. He's looking to get his name out there, but they need to get rid of that man. If they try to go to a civil suit and use him as an attorney, they will lose. They need to get somebody else because that man don't have a clue. You listen to his interviews. They asked this dude a question. He don't even answer it. He's still, the only thing he can say, we want justice for the Brown family and for Michael Brown. That dude is lost. He is lost. And he really just trying to make a name. Just like he did off the Trayvon Martin case. He is trying to make a name off of the Michael Brown case. And they need to get rid of that dude. Because if they use him for the civil suit, they will lose. They will lose. That man ain't worth two Brown cities. Traffic court maybe, but he ain't worth not no civil attorney. No. But yeah, guys, so I know everybody, you know, gonna have a different opinion. Some of you guys may agree with me, some of you guys may not, and that's okay. You know, it's one of those agree to disagree type things, but I think we do need to start being held accountable for what we do and for what what's the word I'm looking for? For what we put into it to cause what's going on, you know. And I just think, you know, like I said, you know, me and my husband, we talk to our boys about everything. And, you know, now we have, because, you know, they're asking like, well, cops are supposed to do this. Why the cops do that? And especially my youngest son, you know, he has the most questions and, you know, and he just got this thing like, well, that was wrong, you know, but you have to give him, you know, the full circle of everything. But you guys, just let me know what you think. I would love, I'm sure it's going to be other videos, and I would love to know what everybody has to say. But it's not so, you know, but I want to be clear. I do believe that the police officer went overboard and that he should be held accountable for what he did. Once Michael Brown was running away from him, he no longer was a threat. Once he had his hands up saying, I give up, he was no longer a threat. So he was completely wrong. What I am talking about is the fact that we have to be held accountable for our actions and what we're doing. And we as parents can't sit around and say our kids don't do anything. Because if he had just robbed that store, you know, he did something. But it did not warrant him losing his life over $2 Swisher Sweets. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so, guys, just let me know what you think. Because my thoughts are just all over the place. And, you know, I just feel so many different emotions with this whole thing. Because I'm just afraid for my sons. I am so afraid for my sons that I don't know what to do. And I don't know what to tell them other than, you know, to try to stay out of trouble and, you know, just do what you're supposed to do. Alright, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know how you feel about everything. Give me your perspective on things. Toodles.